Hello. Hi YouTube. How are you? It's Vanilla here for week 1 of SPDL. And we're going up against Season 1 champion, Orton, the coach of the Stranded Septimes. Now, first talk with this team right here. So he has Jolteon Superior. We're going right into this. Sorry, forgot to say it. We're going right into this. Alright? He has Jolteon Superior, Miltank, Typhlosion, Hydreigon, Urshifu, Gliscor, Mesprit, Malamar, Araquanid, Sableye. When we were building this team, obviously you know what our team is. This is his team, and the threats we were kind of worried about. Especially we were worried about was Hydreigon. What wasn't too big of a deal, but we were definitely worried about it. Weren't too worried about Urshifu, but I ended up dropping the ball. We were really worried about everything if Araquanid could get web set up. Urshifu, it's just a big problem, like especially Hydreigon. Hydreigon's kind of an issue for the team if you can get webs up. Miltank, wasn't afraid of Miltank at all. I think we're doing like 92% with 3 of the mons we brought. Gliscor, wasn't too afraid of, but ended up being afraid of it. Orton wasn't afraid of Typhlosion, but if you brought it, could have been afraid of it. Sableye, we were definitely afraid of because it could just like infinitely recover on me, and that was not a fun time. That's it. Let's go back. Here's the team we got. Right. Here's the team. So top Coco, Brave Bird, Close Combat, Play Rough, First Price, EVs here. With this speed, with 248 speed, we outspeed Timid, Surf, and that was what I really wanted, right? So Brave Bird, CC, Play Rough hits pretty much everything, right? Like Superior, Miltank, Hydra, Urshifu. HP Ice here with 12. Actually, picks up a 2 KO on especially defensive Gliscor, which I knew he was going to bring, but just in case. HP Ice takes care of this because I believe that I was thinking is either Gliscor or Mesprit were his main switch-ins to this thing, and the only thing it couldn't deal with really was defensive Fizdef Mesprit, which we'll get into later. And if Sableye had anything, like if Sableye was doing, we were doing like 90% to Sableye with what do you call that? Play Rough. So if I had Coco, I just really need to keep Coco for endgame. That was really my goal, to keep Coco around until the end game, because if I could whittle some things down and move stuff around, it would be very good. Right? Like look at its matchup. Right? I don't really keep spending like I don't care about this. This was never gonna come. Play Bird, CC, Play Rough, HP Ice, Play Rough, Brave Birds, Play Rough. Right? Like it kind of tore through stuff. Yeah. 144, I believe, picked up a 2 KO on something. I forget what. Just picked up Mesprit. Picked up a 2 KO on Mesprit. 12, we already talked about that. Speed, and then the rest was just put in the bulk just because, just like the extra bulk to get that little extra punch. Next year, Lycanroc. When I was in prep, I definitely thought he would either lead. I was expecting either the Miltank or what do you call that, or Araquanid lead. I mean, I guess you could have led Mesprit too, or Sableye. You want any of those 4. I guess it's not that big, but I was really predicting Araquanid. So I brought Life Orb, Tough Bars. Oh, I didn't name it. Did I not name it? Remus. I'm gonna just call it Remus. I don't know how to pronounce it. Stone Age, CC, Play Rough, Cell Rock. CC and Play Rough for the exact same reason as Coco. I mean, it just kind of runs through his team. He has a very common weakness. Those 2 moves, carry and fighting. Cell Rock is here just to pick up kills on like Araquanid and Sableye, Typhlosion, Jolteon, for pretty much everything if I can get it chipped down low enough. Speed here. This lets me catch everything Hydreigon lower if they're not Scarf. So obviously Play Rough. This is I think like 50 to 60% if it was offensive, which is pretty good. Mesprit, I didn't really care about breaking Mesprit with this thing. It wasn't really a big deal to me because Mesprit can't recover. It was going to have to be switching in and taking chip and all kinds of things, so I wasn't too worried about breaking Mesprit. And worst came to worst, I could just toxic stall and trade off one of my Pokemons for it. Beat Malamar, and it was more importantly, my anti-lead for Araquanid, right? So we have Stone Edge just like 130% minimum to Araquanid. So that was the main reason he came. Plus, he kind of beat everything down here, opened up the late game for Coco to take care of the rest if there was anything left. Yeah, but that's why I brought that. I'm trying not to talk too fast, but I'm excited because it's week one. Week one's always exciting. Then we brought Scarf Cinderace. I didn't think Cinderace would come into too much effect. This speed tier, I believe, lets it, same thing as Coco, it lets it outspeed, Surf down, non-Scarf, except now we are the fastest Mon guaranteed on the field with the R-Scarf. Pyro, HJK, U-turn, Port Change was, if I missed, which, like in Rock did, never supposed to miss. But if it did miss, I could, Court Change back the webs, and it wouldn't be too big of a deal. Except it could have been a big deal with Surf, but I don't think that. I'm Defiant. If you Court Change back your own webs, I know it doesn't work, but I don't know if I Court Change back the webs if it would work or not. But we have a backup anyway for that. But as you can see, Power Ball, High Jump Kick. It was really mainly the failsafe for Surf. Plus, it picked up a 2-hit KO on SPDL, Sableye, and it can't be burned, obviously, which is really nice. Did good damage to pretty much everything. Didn't kill, but I definitely thought it could come in useful. U-turn especially, right? If I thought he was going to lead Sableye, I could have led Cinderace and just U-turned out of there. Or I could have, Pyro Ball and scouted his set. But yeah, this was a case he did bring Scarf Surf, and it was steamrolling me, or it could have. I could just send out Cinderace and be fine. So this is really the anti-lose. So offensively, we're kind of breaking through steam already with these three. So I just took, bulk now, right? So right now we have mixed Alamomola, Valentine, very standard set, just Toxic, Wish Protect Spell. I believe this let me take 2 Scarf or Specs Draco Meteors. I think it was Specs Draco Meteors, along with taking 1Z HP Grass or whatever from Typhlosion. Help me beat Mesprit, Malamar, Araquanid if I needed to, Urshifu. Very good Mon. It really did help a lot because it also checked Glasgow to an extent. If Glasgow didn't set up too much. Didn't check Glasgow, but it shipped enough for me to do something, right? Then we have our other Regenerator Core. We had to bring Assault Vest because I was afraid of. Who was I afraid of? I was afraid of Hydreigon. We take care of Hydreigon if he's Specs or Nasty Plot. If he was Nasty Plot, I wasn't scared because we just let something die, and then that means Coco can clean it up, or Coco and eventually Remus can clean it up in the late game. We had Giga Drain, Knock Off, HP Ice, Sludge Bomb. Giga Drain, I don't know what I brought Giga Drain for. It wasn't really too useful, I guess, right here. But Sludge Bomb was for Surf because it did check it quite nicely. HP Ice was for Gliscor. Knock Off was for Mesprit. And then, yeah. Very simple. But these two, worst came to worst, I was talking to or something. I could just cycle back and forth between these two and get out, not unscathed, but do pretty well. Then, okay, this was a big deal. Okay, this is very scary. I almost lost the game because of this. This is very bad. Our Latias this set is so that Megad, it can switch in and take care of comfortably take care of Urshifu. It can pretty much check everything, right? It checks Typhlosion, Superior, Urshifu, Malamar, Araquanid. Or not always Araquanid, but it definitely can. And Mesprit. Mesprit was a big deal in case you wanted to bring offensive specs or something. It'd be funny. But this was a big deal Mon. All these calcs were I spent a long time making this set. But I don't know if you've noticed yet, but if you type in Lottie, somehow I put Latiosite, which would not work with a Latios. Right? So I entered the battle and was expecting to Mega Evolve my Latios, but it just didn't happen. Also default to take some Birkin off of Roger, just in case he did get webs up, and I was afraid. I just wanted to default, but it also checked Sir. Like, this was a big deal. Like, this was a cornerstone part of the team and made like life super easy for these two if I could do it right. But that happened, and you'll see how it. It's just not right. You'll see how that goes out. Turns out, but for let me find the replay. Yes, here it is. Here's what. So we see Urshifu, which is this beautiful box, lovely. Sableye, Gliscor, Araquanid, what do you call that? Superior and Mesprit, right? So I'm thinking he brought all the potential of these that I was worried about, right? But gut feeling, I played Orton before quite a few times, and I just felt that he would lead Araquanid, so I led off my Lightning Rock. Boy. And he does indeed. And look at that. Turn 1, that was less dramatic than I wanted. I'm sorry. Turn 1, my music went off. Turn 1, we take away the Araquanid, which is a huge deal. This is huge because I was really worried about everything that, if Araquanid was not, or was like sashed or anything, I was really worried it could be a huge problem. Right? Yeah, so moving on. Like, turn 1, we take it right away. That was a huge deal. I'm super excited that it worked. And Lightning Rock did this job, right? It can. I'd love it to do more, but if it died right now, it wouldn't be a huge deal to me. And Stone Edge always hits. We make it up later, don't worry. Life Orb Recoil, fine. He sends out Urshifu. Urshifu, I believe Urshifu does not outspeed me, but I was not going to risk the Scarf. I was just not. I wasn't willing to risk the Scarf. As you can see up here, we outspeed Urshifu, max speed Jolly Urshifu. But I wasn't going to risk the Scarf. I switched out to Latias, and this is where I realized that, first of all, big info. Here goes Life Orb, which means Lightning Rock checks it and Cuckoo checks it. But now I'm going to click my Mega Evolution button, and I'm going to click Psychic or Ice Beam or whatever I was going to click, and it's not working. And I'm like, what's happening? And now we're at the point where I'm feeling like Latias is just dead weight. Like, there's nothing. From now on, I decided I'm not switching in. I'm not switching out Latias because I feel like there's nothing really it can do anymore. Not that it's useless, but those calcs was to take 3 guaranteed what do you call that? It was to take a certain amount of hits from this. It was to take a boosted Dragon Pulse, and it was to take everything, and it just didn't work out anymore. So I go ahead, Psychic, send out Superior. He gets the SPDL, Raise in this case, which is unfortunate for me. He's going to Leaf Storm, totally fine. But see, this is where the calc came in. If I was Mega, this, what do you call this? I believe, yeah, he does go for D-Pulse, which is great because this is not Scarf either. Yeah, it goes to D-Pulse. We could have lived that if we were the other set and we get recovered when I wanted to. If I Mega recovered, we would have been fine. But Engine's down. Very unfortunate. I thought this could have been very good, but it died. So not cool. Superior is now +2. Not a big deal anymore because we have Cinderace, right? And he cannot have webs. He could have rocks, but not yet. So we click U-turn here because we're faster no matter what. It goes into Gliscor. We go out into Tangrowth because I'm not going to risk the Earthquake on Coco and taking that unnecessary chip. This is big information too because if he was SPDL Gliscor, that would have done 50%, but because it did so much, it can be at full and Coco can kill it now. Or it can be like right about here and Coco would still kill it, which is a really big deal. So he's going to Protect, I believe. I'm going to click HP Ice. I got soft here. I predicted I was thinking Master comes out here, but I just clicked HP Ice again just to nag the kill in case I over-predicted. But it's fine. He's going to fire up, no, he's going to get rocks. So we know, okay, this is big, because this is a Swords Dancer, this is Rocker. We get rid of this, no hazards. So we take the knockoff, we take his lefties, which is a big deal, because now we can't recover in any way. He toxics me, we sledge bomb. I'm not sure why I sledge bomb, I should have switched out, but that happened. We go to Alola on the knockoff, I believe. Yeah, I didn't want to lose my assault vest just in case, like, Surf got out of hand, or, I mean, like, just in case. I didn't want to lose the assault vest. So we're going to this, and we're going to trade Toxics here, which is fine by me because I have Wish Protect, he doesn't. I can cycle back and forth, which is what I end up doing. So I switch out to Tangrowth here. Partially, I did that for two reasons. Number one, it caught everything switching in. Number two, I would just get regenerated health going back and forth. Not too much because of rocks, but it wouldn't be a horrible play. And I didn't want to just sit in there and let the toxic damage rank up. So right now we have the free. He's going to protect again just to stall out the toxic turns. I'm going to HP Ice because even at this point, there's no reason to risk the prediction because I can just switch back out. So I HP Ice, and it wouldn't have done too much anyway since the left item was already gone. So I switch into Alola here on, I believe, the knockoff again, trying to take out my assault vest. Yeah, and I didn't want to risk the assault vest again. So right now I fire up a Scald. I fired up Scald in case like he just wanted to switch something in, or maybe switch in Urshifu, and I can snag a burn. Superior's going to come in here, kill Valentine, not a big deal because we can go straight into Cinderace, and I could core change away on the prediction, but I'm just going to fire up a Power Ball. Not the best move, but it happened. Okay, so I was really scared here. This is a big deal because this thing was 100% always walled by Mega Latias, and I don't have that anymore. I don't have not only do I not have Mega Latias, but I don't have Alola. So Medusa is my next best check, but I know this thing gets Fire Punch. Right? I know it gets Fire Punch. I was looking at the moveset, so I'm assuming it's Drain Punch, probably like, I don't know, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, the water move that it gets that always crits, and then X move. So he goes for 30 strikes. I get that behind, crits 3 times, which is what it's supposed to do. And now I have no other switching, so Tangrowth is going to die here, which means after this turn, Fire Punch comes out. Which means after this turn, I have to play all offensive, and the only thing with momentum is Cinderace. But look at this. Look at the end game. So Coco's out. Remember we talked about in-game Coco? Nothing outspeeds Coco, and I'm more than willing to let this kid burn if it wants to prankster Will-O-Wisp me, because like I can finish it off if it dies. If Coco dies, right? So we're switching to this. We play her up right here. Play her up here. Goes into score. Doesn't matter. Because we have HP Ice, and HP Ice kills basically from full here, so it really doesn't matter what he was at, because that player off into HP Ice always killed. So HP Ice finishes off the score. I believe he goes into Superior. Superior comes out here. I Berry Bird to Superior, kills Superior. This is a sweep in the making. Sableye comes out here. I don't know why I didn't stay in. I didn't want to risk the burn, I guess. I'm kind of fine with it getting burned because we get plenty of chip off, and I believe we kill it if it's not mega, like twice 2 KOs. But I didn't want. I guess recover stall. Yeah, it wasn't a brilliant play, but this happened. Sableye fakes out anyway, and here, watch this. Orange, check this out. Watch this. Powerball hits 1 time, right? 58%. So he SPDL Sableye. 58%. He hexes. He switches into Urshifu. Watch this. Miss. Epic, right? So there's 1 miss. Hits the second one. Gets the kill. I'm not sure why that did so much damage. Oh, we're in Blaze. Never mind. I know why I did that. Watch this. Miss. I don't know why he didn't go for fake out there, but we have 2 misses so far. He recovers. We hit here. Blaze damage is epic. He recovers. And all we have to do is hit here, which we do indeed do. So, week 1. GG, Orton. Good game. Like that was a really hard game. I was really afraid when I hit my Latias. Like I almost lost mentally there, but we pulled through. Orton's a great battler. I'm sure he'll be making playoffs or at least getting super close. I mean, we have a lot of great coaches this season. But that is it. Your Munchstocks United picks up a 2-0 victory. GG Orton, and I believe we're playing Pulsey. Shout out to the ICA next week. Goodbye. God bless. And stay safe.